This is part 2 of the unboxing and review of a graphic tablet called the 10Moons T503. We'll put it to a test and see how useful it can be. So here's my pending walkthrough and installation of the 10Moons T503 tablet. So this is the tablet. I'm already using it, but I'll guide you through the installation and a quick trial of the tab itself. So I have here in my screen the installer, which is already there when you plug in your tab to the USB port. But alternatively, you can go to their official website. It's 1060plus.10moons.com, and you will see here an installer, and there's even a driver install guide out here. So we'll do that. Once you insert, there's actually a the Windows will automatically recognize it, but there'll be some sort of error, so you really need to install the driver. So I have the installer here, and you just practically proceed, enter, and next, and it will be installed in a breeze. There's an option here to download a paint tool size software, but I will not do that, because by itself your Windows, I'm using a Windows 10, it has already a lot of softwares you can utilize your tablet with. So you will see that there's this pen icon that appears in your taskbar. You can check that by double clicking. Okay, you can, by the way, I'm already using the tab, and let's go over some items here. So you see that in your tab there are well, first of all, let's look at the pen itself. You see here you can try out writing on this right side screen, and you can check on the pressure. If you go hard, it will take a lot of pressure before something writes or something appears on the screen. On the other hand, the opposite end, you go very soft, just barely putting the pen on top of the tablet will create a really thick line. I like that negative 19 or negative 15, I think should be fine. That's what works for me. And the next thing you can set up is Defiant keys. So you see that there are 4 buttons on your tablet. Of course this will vary, but what I did for mine is that I made the first 2 buttons a mouse left click and mouse right click. Of course I have a mouse beside me, but once you're using already the pen, then it will be hard to reach for the mouse and do the mouse buttons, no? So I made it left and right. On the other hand, this from experiencing it the past few days, you can set up, especially when you're using the tab in a PowerPoint, it's very convenient to have an up and down button to go to the next slide in a PowerPoint. So I utilize the last 2 buttons for up and down. And once you're done, just click on the check, and then pretty much done here, and I can just close it. Likewise, there are options in your control panel. So go to hardware and sound, and you see that there's a pen and touch option here. Okay. Okay. So well, they like coincide, no? But really, just to share my experience, there are times that I had problems with the installed driver and software. So sometimes I occasionally close the tablet program installed, the graphic tablet, this one. I occasionally remove it by going to my taskbar and terminate service. Sometimes I do that, and that's when the control panel settings will be useful. Okay, so much for the installation. Let's put this into use. So first of all, of course, you have a graphic tablet for drawing. I'm not sure who among you has seen this just recently, the Paint 3D of Windows 10. So this is very nice. You have some choices of brushes and pens over at the right, and what I particularly like is the spray can. My screen is rather wide, and it's very good because I can try out whatever color I chose or whatever pen I choose and test it out at the right side. Okay, so I have a spray paint, and then let me fill my screen. I'm using the pen here with black, so it's very easy now to make some sort of maybe a galaxy. So the oil brush is really nice. So yan, make a circle for some presumed planets there. Maybe make something smaller. Yan. And what's next? Maybe you can put some some shade over here and there, and maybe some spots of white, maybe some dots for stars, maybe some yellow as well, and then some more paint, and dark color, and maybe a bit of crayons, white, and test it, and some right here and there, and there. That's a very quick painting. It's very quick painting using 3D paint. On the other hand, of course, this will be very useful for teachers. I have here a Google Jamboard. So this one will make your online classes feel like the traditional whiteboard, in which you just bring a whiteboard in a class and then do some lecture. Okay, so for instance here, well, likewise you have a choice of different pens and different colors. So blue, let's say for instance I'll draw some sort of a formula, quadratic formula for instance, and then the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Yeah. And change the color for highlight. This one is quadratic formula. Okay, you can also even put a highlighter with whatever color that you want there. And of course you can let your students also write on the board by sharing the Jamboard with them. And you can even draw in a Jamboard. So let me try out drawing something. Yeah, of course it's better to draw in a real drawing software, just like the Paint 3D from earlier. But likewise, anytime you have different options for your pens or your painting, digital painting tools, you can do drawings. Okay, so this is a very quick drawing of say a bad pig. Okay, there, and then maybe a different color for the eyes, or white rather for the eyes, and then maybe a color yellow for the nose. Yeah. So it's really way more convenient using a pen tab as compared to simply using a a mouse for drawing. Okay, so you see, yan. And then you can use, of course, a different marker. And of course, the good thing about having a pen tab like this is how your drawings are more accurate than a mouse. It's very interesting using a tab like this. So this is a really quick drawing, and you see it's already taking form, taking shape. In just a few seconds, you're able to come up with an artwork like so. There. That's a really bad pig. This just using the Jamboard. Yeah, to cap it off, I have to put some background. Okay, so it's really nice that even a very basic software like the Jamboard, and this is even online, you can come up with an art like this. You can be very creative, and your students likewise will certainly be very creative when they discover and utilize this feature. Okay, so I think it's a very good buy, when you use a pen tab. This one, once again, is a 10Moons T503 graphic tablet. We end with some sample works from my 9-year-old son Kendrick.